Hey guys, this is Lindsay at Focus Salon. Today I wanted to talk about one of the biggest problems in today's beauty industry, and that is products being sold at the drugstore or supermarket or even online. It's one of the biggest epidemics that hairdressers have had to deal with for years and years. But I just wanted to share some of my knowledge with you and hopefully change your mind about products at the drugstore and give you a couple facts about them. So stick around and hear what I have to say. Thanks. So starting out with this video, I just want to say I am in no way trying to sell you Paul Mitchell products. I am a Paul Mitchell stylist. I do use Paul Mitchell at home and I sell it here in the salon. That being said, I don't make any money off product I sell in the salon. It all goes towards my education. But this video is strictly for professional products. So that's Redken, Bedhead, Big Sexy Hair, all of the brands that you will see at the drugstore. Those are some of the most popular ones you will see. I just want to kind of shed some light on what's being done with these products. So in no way am I trying to say, come into Focus Salon, it's the only place you can get good product. There's any salon there is, you can get good product in there. Your products are only guaranteed when you buy from a professional hair salon. So that being said, let's get started. Okay, so first thing I wanted to do, I wanted to read the back of a Paul Mitchell product. All Paul Mitchell products say the same exact thing. It doesn't matter if it's shampoo, conditioner, or a styling product. They all say this. So that being said, here we go. And this is Paul Mitchell Original Awapui Shampoo. One of the first shampoos that Paul Mitchell ever came out with, so that's kind of why I grabbed it. Guaranteed only when sold by a professional hairdresser. Otherwise, it may be counterfeit, black market, old, or tampered with. So getting into a little bit of that, this is why I wanted to make this whole video. I have a ton of guests that say, oh, I just got my Paul Mitchell shampoo from this drugstore or this supermarket, or I bought it online. I'm not saying any names in this whole video of any drugstore products, any drugstores. I don't want to get sued, and I'm not going to be taking those chances. So you can kind of get the picture if I say online. It's any website where you can buy hair product. Drugstores, they're all around us, so yeah. So it's only guaranteed when bought by a hairdresser. And the examples it gives that what may happen if it's not: counterfeit, black marketed, old, or tampered with. So what it means by counterfeit or tampered with, and when I first found this was my first lesson in beauty school. I can remember sitting there the first day and like my mind was just blown that people would do this. What happens is drugstores will get all these Paul Mitchell products or Redken, Bedhead, whatever. They'll empty them into a big vat. So they'll have the empty bottle. They'll fill it about 75% with water. The rest of it will either be filled with the product or it's gonna be filled with just like your regular soap. Won't even be anything that's really good for your hair. And what they'll do with that, they'll make a little bit of extra money off of it. They'll bump up the price. The reason I grabbed this shampoo, this is the #1 shampoo I see at the drugstores. Here in Focus Salon, we sell it for $12. At the grocery store, I was just there yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna check it out. I'm doing this video today. I'm gonna see how much they have it for. It was $1 more, it was $13, which was crazy to me because I'm like, you can walk a block down the street and save yourself $1 and get so much more product. Because the one in the store, I opened it up, smelt it, like I tipped it over a little bit and you could tell it was watered down, it wasn't the real product. I'm used to that Paul Mitchell would have a phone number on here you could call. I can't find it anywhere, but I will be turning that product in because if one of my guests went there and bought it, their hair would be ruined just because it was not, you could tell it was not the real product. Another thing is what it says on here, black marketed. So this is what makes me just like cringe. We have distributors. We have a distributor that comes to the salon and sells this Paul Mitchell product. He's Joe, his name's Joe, he's awesome. But he sells us our product. What these distributors will do, they'll go to the grocery stores and be like, I have a case of Paul Mitchell out in the back, how much do you want it for? And the grocery store will buy it. And sometimes it may be the same thing. It may be what we have in the salon, but they're gonna sell it to you and they're gonna bump it up even higher in price, which is just crazy to me, because a lot of people think, oh, I can't buy professional product, it's too expensive. I'm like, we have it $1 less here. Like, you can buy professional product. Another thing that it says on the bottle here is it may be old. A little story, I wasn't here at the salon at the time, but my manager David always tells guests about this. We had a guest come in. She was from out of town, she was from Florida, but she had a fungus growing on her scalp. So we kind of went over, like, what shampoo are you using at home? Where did you get it at? She came to the salon because we were a Paul Mitchell salon. She had bought a Paul Mitchell product, but she got it at her local grocery store. She brought the product in because she had it with her. You could look in the bottle, they said, and it had mold floating all in it. It had fungus growing in it. To make that happen, either the product, something was not right in the product, or it had to be like, I don't even know how old it was to grow fungus on it. That is disgusting. And to put that on your hair is just, ugh, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, it could definitely be old. It could be sitting on those shelves for decades and they won't even know about it. I know grocery stores do swap out products ever so often, but if they're selling a Paul Mitchell or a Redken product and it's a nice product, if it's a high-end product, they will not swap it out. They know they're gonna sell it one day. Or it could be sitting on the back shelves of a beauty supply store and they throw it out. They find it, the grocery store, somebody that works there may find it in the trash. Yeah, that's just crazy that some of your products you're buying at the drugstore were in the trash and they're now selling it. So that being said, that's professional products at the drugstore. Next, I'm going to be talking about products you get at the drugstore that are only sold at the drugstore. You will not go into a salon and find it. If you do, you better walk out of that salon. And like I said, I'm not going to say any names, but the products that are on commercials, that's really what I'm going to say. So yeah. So the first thing I wanted to say about products sold at the drugstore, when I have a client tell me that they use drugstore brand shampoos, conditioner, it just like sends shivers down my spine, because I know this hour, 2-hour service that I'm gonna be doing on them is just gonna go down the drain when they shampoo their hair the next time. Reason for that, shampoos and conditioners at the drugstore are filled with fillers, they're filled with waxes, so the companies are getting so much more for their money. I've had guests come in and say they're getting an oil buildup on their hair. And I'm like, oh, well, what shampoo are you using? And they'll tell me, and I'm like, oh, that's why. You're getting a wax buildup on your scalp. Your natural oils are trying to break through that, and they're not making it. They're overproducing, so your hair it is getting an oil buildup. You have a wax built up around your scalp. Sometimes it's even so bad where I can take my comb and comb through their hair and show them my comb, and it will have like a waxy residue all over it, which is just crazy that that's on their hair. What that wax causes, it causes you to get split ends, causes your hair to break off. There's a commercial out right now, and like I said, I'm not gonna say names, but it has a needle test in it where they'll take a piece of hair and they say you can put it through a needle. Funny thing about that is, yeah, that shampoo that's in that brand, like in that commercial, I've noticed it has the highest like wax in it. So of course your hair can go through a needle because it won't be able to bend. I have a lot of people that say they want their hair soft and movable, and they're using brands of shampoo that their hair won't even move at all. It's like stuck to their head. And they'll blame it on like, oh, my hair's just really coarse. I'm like, no, you don't have coarse hair, you have fine hair. It's just so stiff from that product. Moving on, another reason why I hate drugstore shampoos and conditioners. Companies think, oh, you're buying your shampoo and conditioner from a drugstore, you're probably gonna be buying your hair color there. So that being said, companies want money. Like, that's what they want, these drugstore products. Now, professional brands, they want you to have good hair. They do. I can say from Paul Mitchell, I would want my guests to have good hair. I don't want to sell them anything that will make their hair feel terrible or make their color wash out, which is what I'm talking about. So they're thinking, oh, you're probably gonna be using a box color. So they fill their shampoos with sulfates. And a lot of my guests will be like, oh, it's sulfate free, but I got it at the drugstore. And I'm like, well, then it's not sulfate free. A big epidemic that came along was sugar-free food. And you could look on the ingredient label and it wouldn't say sugar, but it had the word glucose or something with the name glucose in it. Same way with sulfates. It may say sulfate free on the bottle, but you can look in the ingredient and there's certain words that don't even say sulfate, but are hidden in there that are sulfates, so they strip your color. I've had guests come in and I've did like beautiful colors on them, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna last anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, depending on what you use at home. I recommend the Color Safe shampoo for them. They call back a week later and they're like, my color's faded. And I'm like, what, did you get the shampoo I recommended for you? They're like, oh no, I still have some of this left over from the drugstore. I was just gonna use it until it's gone. I'm like, that's why it faded out. Like, you're using sulfates on your hair. So they'll fill these with tons and tons of sulfate, so you have to go back and get another box color. I've had guests that come in with box color and they're like, oh, I did it a week before this, hoping it would look good. It didn't cover my roots. It did at first, but then it didn't. I'm like, what shampoo are you using? And they'll tell me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why they want you to go back and get another box color. So with that being said, shampoos and conditioners at the drugstore, you'll have to buy more. Just because they have the sulfates in them, you'll have to buy more box color, which I'm gonna get in a whole different video about box color. By the time that I'm making this video, do not go out and buy a box color. I will warn you. But yeah, they're causing you to buy more. Another thing, the products that you get at the store, like I said before, they have fillers, waxes in them. So I've had a ton of guests say, oh yeah, I have to fill my whole palm up with shampoo or my whole palm up with conditioner to make it to work. That's because you're not getting concentrated product in there. When you're buying from a professional salon, everything that is in this bottle is good for your hair. So I tell guests you need a quarter size. That's all you need. It may not lather up as well, but that is okay. Some shampoos aren't meant to lather. The thing that makes shampoo lather is sulfates. So if you don't get a good lather on your hair, don't freak out. It's still getting clean, I promise. But you're having to use so much more. So like I said before, shampoo at the drugstore was $13. You may have to get a new shampoo every 2 weeks. Here, my guests usually buy a shampoo about every 3 months, every 3 to 6 months, depending on what they get, how often they shampoo their hair. So you're spending so much more money on drugstore product than you are professional. So I do not want to hear another guest say, oh, the professional products are way too much, I can't afford that. Because you can definitely afford it. If you took down your budget and wrote down every shampoo, conditioner that you bought at the drugstore, I know people go and they'll probably get a bottle a week when they get their groceries. And that is just crazy to me that you have to buy shampoo. I haven't bought a bottle of shampoo, I would probably say 6 months. Of course, I buy a liter of shampoo. I'm not gifted shampoo in any way. That is why I said I haven't bought shampoo. No, I'm not gifted shampoo. I actually have to buy shampoo. I haven't bought one in 6 months. Just want to make that clear. But yeah, I only use 1 pump of my shampoo or a quarter size, whichever bottle I have. So that being said, you will be saving money. Your budget will thank me when you switch over to professional products. So that's pretty much the kind of top layer of drugstore products. I hope you took something away from this video. I could seriously go on all day and talk about drugstore products and how much it just I just hate them so much. I know that's bad, like, I love drugstores, don't get me wrong. I love getting me some Pringles, and yeah, I love drugstores, but do not walk down the hair aisle. Like, just forget that it's there. Don't go online and buy your shampoos and conditioners. Same thing goes with that. Like I said, I'm not gonna say any websites or anything, but I'm gonna say a website where you can pretty much buy anything sells Paul Mitchell shampoo, and it kills me. I had a guest bring in a shampoo that she bought it off this website, and I was like, okay, well, let me see it. And I like took it, put some in my hand, and then in my other hand I put the same shampoo, and it was Awapui Wild Ginger Mirror Smooth, if anybody was wondering. The one that she had bought is clear. The one that I have, it kind of has like a creamy color to it, it's just like this one. It kind of has like a foggy color, creamy color to it. Hers was completely clear. I just spilled that on my pants, great. But yeah, don't buy offline either. That's pretty much all I can say for today without getting really into it and getting really angry and turning into the Hulk. I hope you got something from it. But yeah, if you like this video, subscribe down below and like it. Just hit the little thumbs up button. And if you want to hear more from me, follow me on Hair by Lindsay C on Instagram. I have a Facebook like page. Also, I'm at Focus Salon, and you can follow Focus Salon on Instagram, and we also have a like page. So yeah, thanks for watching today, and have a good day.